For your podcast. Is this what we're doing?
I hope you add that in your podcast.
What we do here is go back.
You are listening to the Millennial Z podcast with your host, Tommy.
So, good evening, folks. It's Millennial Z podcast. We are back again with another episode this evening. And so, my guests this evening, would you like to introduce yourself? We'll start with the person that's been on the podcast before.
So, Richie, if you don't know, get to know, RIP Disney Channel. That's a sad loss, but yeah, it'll be an interesting one.
Thank you, Richie. And my two new guests, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hey, I'm Karishma. You might know me as Dylan's aunt. That's my claim to fame, really.
Thank you, Karishma. And our last guest.
Hi guys, I'm Amani. You lot, no, you don't even know me still, but get to know.
Thank you. So this late afternoon, I would say, we are going to be talking about spiritual goals since we are now a month into the new spiritual year. So before we get on to that, I have some icebreaker questions just to lighten up the mood a bit. So my first question to you guys are, what are your origins in the truth? So how did you get brought into the truth effectively? Who would like to start off?
You ladies first.
I'll go first. So I was raised in the truth, really. I have two other sisters as well, so it's just sort of like my parents, and then obviously they brought us up in the truth. My sisters did leave, but I stayed, and I became an unbaptized publisher at the age of 6, and then got baptized at 11, so that was like nearly 10 years ago. So yeah, born and raised in the truth, really.
Well, interesting.
Are you the youngest sibling?
That's pretty cool.
Are you the youngest sibling?
I am the youngest of 2.
Okay. Oh, 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Karishma, what about your origin story in the truth?
So my older sister started studying with me. I first started studying when I was 10. Whenever I used to go visit on school holidays to Milton Keynes. And then, carried on studying on and off. And then at 16, I decided I wanted to take the truth seriously. So I moved in with my sister, her husband and kids. And then I got baptized a year later at 17. And here we are now, like 8 years later, I think, 9 years later.
Thank you for your origin story in the truth. And Richie, what about yourself?
It's the same with Amani. I was raised in the truth. I had a big family. I have 4 older sisters. But my mum was mainly the one, the influential part. My dad was in the truth, but for as long as I can remember, he's always been inactive. But whenever I go to his house, he's always like, "Oh, go meetings, go ministry, etc." I was born, raised in the truth, baptized. I think I was 18. 2017 at Bowes Road. But that's been my plot, really. My mum's been the main vocal point behind it all, but here I am. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, my origin story in the truth is pretty dull. I was born and raised in the truth. I got baptized when I was 17, coming up to 5 years. Be 5 years in a month, in just over a month's time. So
Oh, wow.
here we are, five years down the line, still in the truth.
Still remember that day, 5 years,
It was 5 years ago. Well, it's coming up to 5 years. 5 years to 28th of November.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's the 28th or 29th. It's one of the 2 days.
I
You
still
done
have
good.
a
You done
picture.
good.
Thank you.
I have a picture of
I
that day. Wow.
I also have a picture of that back in my high top days.
High top. You and
High top.
Samuel high top.
Yep.
Bad. But anywho.
Indeed. Anyway, so my next question to you guys is, what has personally been your best or favorite experience in the truth?
Ooh.
That's good.
I've
You
got
know, I
a
struggled
recent
with
one.
this one. Oh yeah, go on. Go on, Richie, go on.
I don't know if it's the best or favorite, but it's just the most recent one that I can just remember because it was in lockdown. So me and I don't know if you guys know Will Prasad, but yeah, so me and him got invited to a games night as we do on Zoom during lockdown. So we did that, interacted afterwards, whatnot. But we didn't know the host. We just met the host that day because we got invited for someone else. And then everyone was leaving, but me and Will stayed. And then this person, she was baptized, I think, coming up to a year, not a year yet. And she prayed about a question, about the generation question. Like I don't know if you know the generation topic in Matthew 24. Yeah. And we were like, no, we'll help you because we kind of do, but it's a good thing to refresh our memory. So then literally she was writing everything down because she was the one that was confused by it all. I was the one getting the material, and Will was the one making it make sense. Making it make sense. That's it. Making it make sense. Yeah. It's literally outnowgendered.org, got the videos. Will got his board and was writing everything down and whatnot. And literally, we answered the question for her anyway. But it was weird because when we finished it all, she said she prayed about it that morning because she needed help in somehow figuring out the question. And at the end of the evening, she met two JWs that she'd never met before. And she ended up getting the answer question. But within that time, it just felt so like, wow, because we were just doing what we were doing. We didn't even know anything of it at all. The game that wasn't even planned during the day. It was just in the evening. We just got invited last minute. And then we ended up answering this sister's query that she's been praying about for God knows how long. Actually, well, that day, but God knows how long she was thinking about it for beforehand. And yeah, it just felt sick within the time. And also it got to remind me of the generation and how close we are to the end and everything. But it's a mad topic when you see the videos and the board and everything. You've probably seen it before, but that was just my little experience that was just like, wow, that was recent. Yeah.
Oh, that's a very nice experience, Richie. It goes
That's
to
a good
show
one.
that Jehovah really is the answer, a hero and answer of prayers.
Just
Yeah, that
living
must have
proof.
left you on like a high, innit? A little bit, a spiritual high.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, because we spent like 2 hours just doing it all. And then I felt good about it because it was like because it's in that purple book we used to do. But obviously we
I've seen
studied it, moved on, but I haven't looked at it back since then. So it was a good refresher, and she got what she needed, and yeah, we all got what we needed, I guess, at the end of that.
Mm.
Thank you. Me personally, I actually could not thinking of the question. I thought, yeah, I probably have some. Thinking of the question, I actually couldn't think of anything coming to head except one thing. So this experience was from 20. I must have been 2013, 2012 at the time. So it was my parents were pioneering. So, as you do, I followed my parents on the ministry. So we're coming towards the end of the day and we see a bunch of girls trying to get a ball out of the tree. So one of the brothers with us helps them get the ball out of the tree. Then the girls ask, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Yada, yada, yada. Then, so we explain who we are. I think he and his wife, I think it was his wife, or the person he was working with, I can't really remember, long time ago, managed to show some videos, give some some literature to them, said they'll call back. I don't actually know what happened after that, but it was a nice experience because it got to see like what we were doing. They were really impressed how we were like smartly dressed and stuff like that. And that's all I could think of. So
and polite enough to like help them get the ball
out the tree. Yes.
Yeah.
So what about you two ladies? What's your most pleasant or best experience in the truth?
I think for me, mine would have to be, I think some people have heard the story of, is that I went to the international last year, and I think because that was my first like ever international convention. Atlanta.
Okay.
So it was the very first one.
My aunt and uncle went to that one.
Is it?
Yeah.
It was honestly amazing, and I think that like just that whole week, like being there with the brothers and sisters, and like the love that we were shown was just you couldn't have it anywhere else. Like it, and like the streets were just flooded with witnesses, like everywhere. Like you turn the corner, it's like a witness there, a witness here, everywhere. It was more like spot the worldly person than spot the witness, because it was just everywhere. And honestly, it was just such an incredible experience. The convention was amazing. The love we were shown was just, can't even put it into words. The amount of gifts we got given, and like the range of gifts, it was just like, wow, like there was so much love, honestly. And I think that to this day is like still my number one like best experience, because obviously something I've never had before. And then to actually like have the opportunity to go to an international convention, like I would highly recommend it to anyone. And like upon reflection, especially like this year with the whole coronavirus and stuff, it's like, if COVID happened last year, I would have never got to go. So I'm actually so grateful to Joe. Like, thank you. I got to go experience it. Yeah. So that's my best experience, I'll say.
So cool.
That's very nice. Yes.
I've always wanted to go to an international.
Oh, I highly recommend. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Well, we know for the next like year, or is it 2 years? We're not having them. So
start saving up.
Don't rub it in too hard.
Yeah.
I'm saving up now.
Oh man, wow. My mind went somewhere else when you guys were talking, when you mentioned best experience, because I wasn't sure where to go with it, but I think probably one of my favorite ones was back in 2012 or 2013. It was one of the last actual dramas we had at the convention, with Esther and Mordecai.
Yes, yes.
And I was able to be a part of that in Milton Keynes. So I think it was just a humbling experience. I think it was pretty much fluke I got chosen. I mean, I'm sure it's Jehovah's direction and whatever, but it's one of those things that anyone could have played that part. So it was really humbling to really just be a part of it, take it all in, and just see how the organization works. I mean, we don't have the live ones anymore, but seeing the amount of work that went into it, it really just made you appreciate Jehovah and his organization, and how hard they work to make sure things are accurate, and that they don't just make things up or wing it with even the littlest details. So yeah, I think that was one of my best. Jehovah's blessed me so many times, so I can't really count on all the different experiences, but that was probably one of my best ones.
Ah, that's a nice experience. So wait, what role did you play in the drama?
I was the Indian maidservant.
Huh?
Because King Ahasuerus, his reign apparently went from India all the way through to Africa or something.
Oh
So
wow.
I don't know if you guys know Timmy.
And yeah,
Yes.
my
Oh, well,
cousin,
Tommy does. Is his cousin.
my cousin does.
The rest of you guys do. So she played one of the maid servants that represented, I think, sort of Africa. I represented like India, and then there was one other maid servant. She represented, I guess, Europe or something like that. But yeah, it was just kind of, it was quite specific. So
Oh,
that's what I mean
wow.
about details. It was quite
I
cool.
didn't know each maidservant represented.
Into a different
I
part
just thought
of
they were just. I thought they were just maidservants. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
pick
do.
that
I do
random.
remember them now. Now that you say it,
Yeah.
I just remember
Yeah.
them. Like different colored dresses, I think.
Yeah, we did. We
Yeah.
had 3 different colored dresses. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
That's
That's
wow.
my fact of the day. I did not know that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So my last icebreaker question to you guys is just probably should have been my first one now thinking about it, but it's just a fun fact about yourself. My fun fact is I don't have a sense of smell.
At all.
Really?
No.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's a weird one, really.
Yeah. No sense of smell. It's very yeah. Story behind it was I was in year 1. It was Red Nose Day. And I got pushed into a tree stump. I cracked my front 2 teeth
Mm.
and lost my sense of smell forever.
No way.
Well, not forever,
Yikes.
obviously.
Well,
new,
yeah.
new system, you know.
Yeah.
Sense of smell comes back, but yeah, no sense of smell. It's
Who's
sad,
the op
really.
that pushed you?
It was my best friend at the time.
That's no
At
best
the
friend.
time.
So cool,
At the
best
time.
friend, isn't it?
That's why you said at the time, isn't it?
At the time.
Yeah.
We don't talk anymore, but yeah, it was really yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why, isn't it?
And I didn't realize I actually lost it till years later.
No way.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my fun fact about me.
I don't really have one to beat that, to be honest. I
Yeah.
still got my sense of smell. So
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I was thinking about this one. I couldn't think of one.
we're just all trying to get through life, you know, Tommy.
Alright.
I'm tough fun.
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, I'm joking.
like I'm sure we have like funny or embarrassing stories, but a fun fact about ourselves. I don't know. What I
Just
can
a
say
fact
is
in general.
just a fact. So, interesting one as well.
I drive like I'm in Formula One, if you've ever sat in my car.
You're not the worst driver I've been in a car with, so
What do you mean, Tommy? I wasn't saying I'm a terrible driver. I'm saying I
okay,
drive
you're,
like I'm
you're
in
not the
Formula One.
fastest. Okay, let me rephrase that question. You're not the fastest driver I've been in a car with.
That's all right then. That's good. I'm not here trying to break any speed limits.
I won't.
I only just got rid of my black box, you know.
Wow.
3 years. Not good.
You had it for 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. Yo,
Not
I got
me.
mine.
No,
I got rid of
no.
mine. I got rid of mine this year.
I had it for 3 years. It was
I had it for
long
1 year and was like, no.
because it was so expensive. But
I-
yeah, there
I
we go.
said, I said I'd rather pay more and
Yeah.
not have a black box because it was killing me. Always sending me random alerts. Nah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got,
I heard about
got
those
a
ones.
few warnings saying, oh, we're going to cancel your insurance or whatever.
Oh, wow.
So I just like pretend to be like, you know, the damsel in distress on the phone. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know what I was doing.
Wow.
Oh, man. And then they're like, all right, this is your final warning. If it happens again.
And it happened again.
Yeah, but you know,
Wow.
Wow. Fair enough.
you just try
Is-
act innocent over the phone.
So wait, it doesn't help now you've got a faster car, doesn't it?
No, but I don't have a black box anymore. So,
So-
zoom, I can go.
wow.
It's all good.
Don't get caught.
Yeah. Especially with all the speed cameras in.
I mean, in London, it's gone from 30 to 20. So,
Mhm.
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
going
I've heard
anywhere.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I'm driving around Milton Keynes, oh, I feel like I'm at home. It's
You-
great.
Oh yeah, you must love it down here.
I
Well,
am.
up here,
Dual
rather.
carriageways, roundabouts.
Honestly, no traffic lights, no nothing.
I know.
Mhm.
No speed camera. Oh, that must be the life.
It's
Anyway,
great. We digress. Sorry.
yes.
Yeah.
Moving on. Any fun facts, Richie, Amani?
Only one I can think of. It's not. I'm a very observant guy, but I will see stuff that I won't say just to not embarrass the person. If you get what I mean? It's like I don't know. It's just I'm very observant. I'm
You're
very
an observant guy.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
an
isn't that
observant
what
guy.
all human beings do?
Nah,
Yeah.
some humans are not observant. Let's not.
No,
let's
but-
not
Yes.
lie.
They see stuff and they don't say it because it's embarrassing.
Or like I just store it up here. So like for example, if you I don't know, let's say like in your hall you see like these two, like a male and a female, like they haven't told anyone they're courting, but they're courting. Yeah, something like that. I'll see them like, oh, okay, something's a bit. Well, let me
Something's
keep it to
happening there.
myself. Yeah, something's happening, but let me keep it to myself because there's no confirmation plus whatnot. Yeah, cool. But then like 3-6 months down the line, they're engaged, whatever, they're courting. And I was like, I keep it to myself, but I'm like, oh, I knew that already. But like those are the little things that that's just an example.
That's
AKA real
pretty
life
good.
experience. But
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough. I hear that.
that's just the little thing.
I'd have stuck my foot in it. I'd have shouted out, "Oh, you too!" and then be like,
Wow.
Wow. No privacy around
No
Christians, then.
and direct. Wow.
All right.
I think for me, I somehow don't really actually know how to this day, but I somehow kind of became a little TikTok famous over lockdown, which was a bit weird.
Famous.
I
Yeah.
saw that too, you know.
I know, it's a bit
I
weird.
was like, that was on my follow page.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
you did-
1 minute
what,
I had like
big?
20 followers, and next minute I had 21,000 followers, and was like, oh,
Didn't
okay.
it get
Wow.
like millions of views or something?
Yeah, like 5.2 million views.
Not gonna lie,
Wow.
it was a good
Wow.
video though. It's good.
Whoa,
I
whoa.
don't
What was the video?
understand.
What? Wait.
I'm
wait.
honored to be in your presence.
Context here. What was the video?
Okay, so basically I saw this video of this girl. She did her hair in a bun in like 1 minute. So I was like, I have a lot of hair and my hair's a bit like, it goes a bit wild. So I was like, okay, you know what, let me try this. Let me just do this challenge. So I just set up my camera, sat in front of the mirror, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to do it in a minute. I somehow did it in a minute. And I was like, okay, this was just a bit of fun. Let me just post it. The views just went, phew, everything went through the roof. I was like, what? I was
You made it.
yeah, it was a bit mad, really. I've only made 4p from TikTok, so a bit dead, but
Yeah. Every little helps. Francesco would say.
Oh wow.
so yeah, it's a bit mad.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool actually.
That's a very cool fun fact. I
remember
can't lie. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on.